Hello and welcome to Humanica. So, part of my coverage of the Steam Next Fest for 2026 February, this one is a city building game, but the big selling point of this is that it's going to feature a lot of, a very large and extensive tech tree, where you'll see a lot of development in your city going from kind of like, a tent and a campfire all the way up to like beyond the Iron Age and things. So we're going to give it a go, and yeah, it looks like there's just the one difficulty available in the demo, and we're going to give it a go to see how it plays. Here's hoping that there's a lot of interesting stuff to be done here. Oh, here we go, press any button. I wonder if this is going to be our map or something for this game. Right. No, this is our map. Welcome to Humanica. This game has been developed by a single developer over many years. Quite impressive then. Carefully, thoughtfully, and with a lot of love. You are now playing the early access version. Many new mechanics and content are planned for the future, and the project will continue to grow and evolve. I hope you enjoy your first time here. Would you like to turn on the tutorial? Yes. You will manage a settlement of primitive people, build, assign people to work, hunt, gather resources, and develop technology to survive. Over time you'll learn how to grow food, raise animals, and produce bronze and iron tools. Right. So, move camera up, move camera down, move camera left, move camera right. Scroll in, scroll out, and rotate. Great. Hold right to move the camera. Hold middle mouse to rotate. Okay. Choose a place for your settlement. Make sure the location is sufficiently flat and that there's water nearby. Like, how nearby? That's what I'm thinking, like, how nearby is nearby? I'm assuming I don't want it to be on the beach. But is this close enough, or is that maybe too close? And I'm thinking, is this going to be like the town hall? So do I need lots of... Is there going to need to be room... Does it need to be more maybe here? You know what? I'm just going to go straight on the top of the hill. Well, bam. You can select settlers by clicking or holding down the left mouse button. Clicking the right mouse, you can command selected settlers to do something, go to a point, assign them to a building, gather resources, or attack wild animals. Right. Select settler by clicking on them. Zelio has been selected. Right click to order settlers to go there. Go over here, Zelio. There you go. Press right mouse on a branch to command the settler to gather them. Okay. Gather these things. You as well. And you. Oh, we've got plenty of branch heaps. Right, we can get all of these gathered up. Right. Click on a branch heap to select it. A window with information will open on the left. Priority. Medium. Okay. In the window, click the button with the sticks icon to mark the resource for gathering. Gather sticks. This action will destroy the resource. Okay. So if I click on this one that's close by, gather sticks, yep. Close window by pressing on the cross. Boom. For the convenient resource gathering, you can use tools in the bottom of the screen. Right. Mark an apple tree or berry bushes for gathering. To select the gathering area, hold down left mouse and drag. This very much reminds me of the RimWorld, this a bit, to be fair. Right. Gather all these. Right, okay. We'll speed time up. Right. And let's see, materials gathering, let's go here. Gather these. Press 1 to return to normal speed. Boop. When I've pressed 1, press space to stop. Then press 1. Okay. Right. Collect 10 cobblestones so that settlers can use them as their first tools. Build 3 piles for resources. It will be the first warehouse. Build a bonfire so that residents can eat near it. Right. 10 cobblestone. Right, we've got cobblestone there. They'll get to that. But we can put some of them. We'll put these 2 on higher priority so people will gather those first. Right. That sounds good. We'll build 3 resource piles. General, bonfire, storage, resource pile. Right. Resource storage will be here. And then we're gonna go with a bonfire there. And we'll speed up. Cobblestone has been gathered. We'll increase the priority of these buildings. And put the bonfire on very high. Cells don't work at night. You can press this big button to skip the night. Boom. Go. I like that transition. That's pretty good. Even, you know, Bethesda RPGs, when they do that, literally it like stutters and it like does it in sort of steps, like hour by hour. So that was quite smooth. This will show notifications of various events in the settlements. One new settler has arrived. A neighbour tribe gifted resources. Oh, we've got some steaks. Lovely. Settlers perform almost all work automatically. Then they take lying items to warehouses, gather marked resources, and construct buildings. You can set priorities for certain entities so that settlers need a home. They can also be assigned to a profession in the future. Right, so we've got. It's progressing a bit quick now. Right. Looks like we're piling up our resources though. So let's see what we need. Build 4 small primitive huts. The first option for settle. Select a settler and click on the hut. Second option to settle. Drag a settler onto the hut while holding down left mouse. Click on a hut to open window with information about it. Third option to settle. In the opened building window, click the plus button to add a random homeless settler. So there's lots of ways we can assign people to homes. But first we will need to build those homes. So right. These just need sticks and pelts. So I can put a fair amount of them around. Right. Then it wants us to select a few settlers. Right click on any wild animal to command them to attack. Wait for them to kill the target. Then let them butcher their prey. They'll do this automatically, but you can manually order dead animal corpses to be butchered. Right. First we need to find some animals. I think there are, some deer down here. Right. You four are now on deer hunting duty. Go. And also, let's prioritise the building of houses. There we go. Leave a nice gap between them so that they can't hear each other at night. Because we want our settlement to grow and we want them to have their privacy. Right. Looks like they're nearly there. Right, looks like it's been butchered as well. Okay. Let's speed up some time. You need to craft various resources in special production buildings. You can start by drying pelts. Build some pelt dryers and start processing raw pelts. Only dried pelts can be used for construction and production. So that's why they've not started on this. So I do have some pelts, but I've not dried them. Right. So let's put these on high priority. Let's see, we've got iron over here, we've got some cobblestone, there's wild wheat there. Not bad. Got fish by the river. Okay. Let's let this just play out. Right, we're nearly there with the first few homes. And there we go. Okay, add pelts to the pelt dryers. Okay, first let's do the pelt drying stuff there. Right. We can look at technology here. Research technologies to develop your settlement. To unlock it, you just need to spend a certain amount of resources or reach a certain level of resources extracted over all time. Right. So food processing. Required, we need to harvest more berries and meat. And if we dry more pelts, we can unlock pelt clothing. Right. Let's end the day. We also need to assign people to this, so... And we've still got, let's see, settlers are slow. In the beginning you'll have a few settlers and the work will take a long time. Don't forget to use a 6 times acceleration. Add tasks to settlers in small batches to better control the game process. Yep. Okay. Let's go to housing. I do wonder if I can change the facing of these houses, because I don't think I can at the moment. Anyway, we'll build some more. And that should hopefully all get done. I think we've got enough huts and a spare one then. Right. I click this, can I order it to be hunted, track, show, okay. Right, let's select maybe these three. And before I start doing anything else, let's go and get more deer. Right. And these are all building more homes. And we should be good there. Let's speed things up. This will be a while. Right, grab all the stuff. An enemy is approaching. What is approaching? To order the settlers to attack, select them and right-click on the enemy. To the left of building buttons, you'll see a fight button. If you press this button, all settlers will drop what they're doing and find their best weapons and gather at the town hall. Okay. Firstly, let's make sure we've got everyone assigned to these houses now. Right, and that's there. Fight button, fight button, fight button. Right, there we go. To battle. They're all gathering. They've got their sharpest pointy sticks. Is it just wolves? It's just wolves. And there we go. Right. And we're immediately butchering them. Lovely. Right, we'll gather all that up. We'll speed things up as well for the moment. There's not enough space, I imagine it means to say, in the warehouse. We'll need another, won't we? Right, and built. Okay. There we go. Right. All the undiscovered areas around you are covered in fog. You can send settlers into uncharted lands to dispel the fog and find the location of new resources and animals. Oh, and it still wants us to do some stuff here. So, first option for settle. Select a settler and right mouse click on a hut. Drag a settler onto the hut while holding down left mouse. There. Hunter hut can be automated if you build hunting can be automated if you build a hunter hut. The assigned hunters will harvest the meat themselves. Right. Okay, so we've got some more things to do here. They want us to research pelt clothing, stone tools, food processing and storages. We've done a lot of that stuff, so I'm assuming we're probably good to start doing it already. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. Right. Pelts, yep. Cobblestone and sticks. The better the storage, the slower the resources in it deteriorate. Now you have access to storage tent, which has increased storage quality compared to a resource pile. You can tweak which specific resources you want stored in each warehouse. To do this, click on the gear button in the building window. Right. We need to gather more wild berries for a few different reasons. And we need to gather more pelts. Okay. So we want a hunter's hut. Guess we'll put it over here. Storage. Okay. Right. Research food processing, pelt clothing, build a hunter's hut, assign at least 2 settlers to the hunter profession in the hunter's hut. And annual plans approving. Open the annual plans window, select any plan from those available and approve it by clicking approve. You'll need to spend a certain amount of prosperity. Annual plans. Quick sticks extraction. Quick cobblestone extraction. Quick food extraction. Or precise food extraction. Chance of extraction additional item of type food by 50%. So these are all extraction speeds. This has a chance to give us more items. We should go for that. Right. Open the laws window. Select the claim of empty homes. Settlers are attempting to automatically settle empty living places. Right. Approve. Right, we've spent all of our prosperity. Increases over the previous days. Right. Okay. And laws. Let's see what laws we can eventually get. So, if worker dies, a new one is automatically appointed to replace him. After construction is complete, workers are automatically assigned to the building. Labour secession. We've got the ability to craft items infinitely has been added. To do this, right click on a recipe. Crafting speed of all items increased by 10%. Okay, so little things here. We eventually get stuff like additional annual plans. Extracting speed of all resources increased by 10%, 20%. Ability to set a limit for infinite crafting has been added. Crafting speed is increased. Ability to set a limit for infinite crafting as a percentage of the population. Huh. These all seem like neat little quality of life improvements. I don't know why they're behind a technology tree, but okay. Let's see, we've got global map. Ooh. So this is just one tile. To be exploring the world map, learn the world map exploration technology. Send units to loot points of interest to find useful resources, technology knowledge, new seeds to grow, new animals to breed. Move to a new cell takes a certain number of game minutes. The squad will move across plains rather than hills, forests and mountains. To deliver all the resources found, the unit must survive and return to the settlement cell. Interesting, so there's like an overworld map layer to this as well. Okay, that's quite interesting to know. Right. We need some sticks. Right, let's see about that. Okay, we're grabbing, yeah, a hell of a lot of sticks. And we'll skip to the next day. Winter is coming. Settlers can freeze to death if they have no clothes. You can't gather food in winter. You must stock up on enough food and clothes before each winter. And we've got a new settler. And they've automatically gone into a home because we passed that law. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. I want to build a primitive workshop as well, if we can, so let's see, we've not got farming yet or anything in structures, but production, primitive workshop, there we are. We'll put it next to the hunter's hut, I guess, just back here. Right. And we should have enough resources for the workshop too. And we are out of pelts, it would seem. So we're going to need to get more. We'll of course assign some hunters soon, and that'll see to that. Right. And we've assigned 4 people to it. Right, our hunter's hut little side quest thing is gone here. So now we just need to research some things and build a workshop. We need 8 stone knives. Using knives speeds up resource gathering. Spears, which will make hunters work more efficiently. Right, how many did we need? 8 knives. There. Right. Then we need to make 4 stone spears. Skip ahead. What I really need is some berries. Ooh, and there are some. Neighbour tribe gifted resources. Hey, doing pretty good. Okay. Absolutely all resources have their durability. Food spoils, tools and clothes break when used for a long time. Keep this in mind. Gotcha. Okay. We're now in October at 13 degrees Celsius. Right. Looks like the hunters are doing a good job. And the workshop, they're bringing in resources. Are they actually going to start producing things? Okay, yeah, they've produced a knife already. I do like the animations as well. Like, there's actually, you know, some decent, let's say, attention to detail gone into this. They don't just go there and then, you know, it just little progress bar goes up as they just sit there and do nothing. It's like, no, there's actually a little bit of animation. Again, quite impressive for keeping in mind that all of this is primarily by one person, right? All the more impressive. Right. So, we'll go when we've got the room, and spear, 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 and let's let them start on production. There we go, and spear. Right, that's the 4 spears we need, and the 8 knives that are all queued, so we just have to let that kind of ride now. In the meantime, we've got some technologies we need to maybe look at. So, food processing we can now explore. Allows food to be processed. Such food is stored much longer. New buildings, food dryers for dried meats and dried fruits. And then we need pelt clothing. We need 4 pelts. We've got enough pelts. Well, we've got the statistics, but we need 4 pelts in order to unlock. They are producing pelts over here, so that should eventually just happen. They're all queued up, so really, all we should need to do, though, I will put in, where is it? Food dryers. Right, we'll get those built. And hopefully, we should start to see some improvement then to our situation. Now we're on November. So each day in game is a month. So 12 days, big air quotes there, days, is actually 12 months. And we can already see, I like that. So there's a transition with the leaves and the trees and that. Interesting. Warehouse capacity. They have limited capacity, don't forget to build new ones. Yep, we are building one now. You do not need to tell me. Our big sticking point at the moment seems to be pelts. But again, we are slowly processing these. We're bringing stuff in right now from a deer. And so... there we go, some raw pelts. Right. Let's put some production on here of these. Right. And once these are built... now, I don't know what the difference is between these ones and those ones there, because it's the same icon, but okay. We'll put 10 of each on. We do have enemies on the way. Ooh! They are nastier looking. Right. We haven't got those spears made yet either. Right, let's... ready for battle. Select all settlers. And we'll group up over here. Is it more wolves? Let's find out. Let's speed it up a tad. Yep, wolves. Well, we might not have spears, but we have got some knives now. And there we go. Okay. I'm guessing the hunters will be, hunters will probably, butcher all of these. Right, a new settler's arrived. We've been gifted resources. We should be able to get pelt clothes now as well. Why does it say we need... We've got 9 raw pelts. Ugh. So we're waiting on these. Got 1 actual pelt. Right, we'll skip to the next day. We're in December, so it's now -2. People are very cold. We need to get some housing built. We've got a few people who haven't got houses now. So we'll build some here. Right. So it's only... Why is this not being prioritised? Or is everyone just too busy? Let's cancel this order. In fact, have we got a cancel order thing here that we can use? Okay. Right. Now this is actually drying some fruit. This is saying we don't have those resources, so maybe this is like a different type of fruit or something, I don't know. Anyway, they're also drying 1 when there's clearly room for 2, but sure. Again, it's a early demo build, so bugs are to be expected. Anyway, we shall keep going here. What have we got? So pelt clothing needs to be researched. We still only have 1 proper pelt, even though I think they could easily harvest these at this point. And we still need some stone spears. It looks like we've got 10 knives now. And they are on the spears at this point. Right. Okay. Our prosperity is now at 280. Brilliant. Why is this saying that there isn't resources for it? There should be. The more happiness and available living places there are, the more often new settlers come to the settlement. Hover over the happiness indicator to find out more details. Great, so we're doing really well. Right. Our big sticking point at the moment seems to be pelts. 2 new people have arrived. Okay. Not enough bonfires, settlers can't eat. Put 1 here. And we're going to need... I think we need more pelt dryers. Right. We'll put more pelt dryers up. We'll get people gathering that stuff. Food we've got enough for 4 days. Brilliant. Right, so we should be perfectly fine there. Right. Queue as many up as we can. Okay. Let's have a look then. Oh, we can skip the next day. Oh, we need some things queuing up. Don't know exactly what all these are, but let's make some. Make a few of each. I know what these are. They'll be axes for felling trees. Right. Okay. The pelt dryers. So we should... Oh god, we've already got more people. Right, we are filling up fast. Just start on a new block of housing already. We'll create a new bonfire maybe over here. It looks like we're running out of berries, so the thing that we mostly have is just meat, so we'll just put meat on these dryers. And we nearly have enough pelts for pelt clothing. Right. Okay. Pelt clothing, we're finally there. We've also got, let's see, we can do basketry, which gives us primitive huts with wicker backpacks and baskets as well. Ooh, world map exploration. Will be researched automatically after unlocking other technologies. Sling, bone tools, basketry, advanced gathering, dog domestication, and fishing. Ooh. And then we're probably getting stuff here that's just locked due to it being a demo. But, right, let's see where we can go here. So, it requires bones and sticks to make bone tools. Slings. Okay. Foundations. Foundations and ladders. Interesting. Foundations can now be built to expand the area for building on uneven terrain. Okay. Pottery, flour, dog domestication, so we need more meat and dried... Oh, we need to dry more things. We need to get a lot of raw meat and dry meat to get fishing. Baskets and cobblestones. We can eventually get pottery. Right. Interesting stuff. Okay. So primitive hut requires more pelts and sticks. And it can have up to 2 people inside of it. Okay. Now we've got a tailor's hut. We'll put it next to the workshop. Right, and that's everything we seem to have at the moment. We just need more pelts now. A lot more pelts. Right. Okay. And yep, it looks like we've now got enough for all the people who are here, so these will be spare ones for the next 2 days. Latango poisoned. He's been poisoned? Hmm. I mean, there's nothing here that denotes like some kind of like poisoning or anything, but I guess we'll just have to take the game's word on it. I like that there's just now a woolly mammoth there. Where did they even find this? Oh, right, we've got woolly mammoths over here then. They just went and casually fought a mammoth while we were looking at the settlement. Right, let's skip ahead. Spring is here. It is March. We're at 0 degrees C. Right. And we've now got some stuff here. Exchanging old annual plans. Exchange your old ones for Mesolithic Age Blueprint. The exchange is located in the lower right part of the window. Blueprints. Get a new plan by spending one blueprint. Get a blueprint by spending 2 blueprints or 2 plans from a previous age. What? Hang on. Okay. In the annual plans window, exchange your old annual plans for a Mesolithic Age Blueprint. So exchange annual plans for blueprints. The exchange is located in the lower right. Choose a blueprint. You will get annual plan blueprint Mesolithic. You will get random annual plan of Mesolithic Age. Or... oh. Well, it did something. Was that correct? Apparently so. So we've got this blueprint. Get a new plan by spending 1 blueprint. Right. Choose one from those proposed. Increase extraction speed of sticks. Increase extraction speed of food items. Production speed in the pelt dryer by 50%. Ah. So we've exchanged our old ones for 2 for this new era. Right. But I do like the additional food, so I'll not swap those yet. Mind you, we could only have 1 in effect. Right. Agriculture. Settler count of 30. Research agriculture technology. Which requires bread and wheat. Which means we need cabbage and wheat. But we need advanced gathering first, which we can do. New buildings, gather a hut. New resources, wheat, cabbages and nuts. And we're slowly moving toward garden beds and farm huts. And we can see here it all goes down to, right at the bottom we get to watermills, log structures, windmills, iron armour and equipment. We get poultry yards, there's the Bronze Age here with Bronze Age weapons and things, bronze tools. Metallurgy down here at the end of the Neolithic. Okay. We'll start here for now. So we want a gatherer's hut. Right. Taylor's hut is being built slowly. The pelt dryers should give us a lot more now. Extraction, gatherer hut. Yeah, let's put this closer to the forest over here. Right. Okay. And we need to gather a lot more stuff. So actually the gatherer's hut will basically do that for us. So let's get that finally prioritised. We also want a scout camp. Scout camp. Assembled scouts can be sent to the world to explore the map. Sticks and pelts. Okay. Put that there. Oh, I've just realised as well. Rotate R. I've only just realised that. I was pressing Q and E all this time, thinking, and then like clicking and dragging to see if I could like change the facing that way, like when I was placing it. I swear, every game that does building and stuff like this has a different control layout for how you rotate things. But I didn't even notice the tooltip at the top there, like when I was putting things down. I think all I can say with that as an excuse is, when you're playing this, a tooltip up here is a lot more subtle, because when you click on it, you're looking down here, so you don't notice something change up here, because you're not focused up there. Anyway, let's hope these get built soon. I'm guessing that they're all waiting on pelts, probably. Yeah, loads of pelts needed. Right. And they are working on it. They're just being used as fast as they're being made. Right. And we need some sticks as well, which I think we can probably gather here quite easily. Let's gather some stuff. Ah, yeah, they're all going now. A swarm of gatherers. Right, they're heading back for the end of the day. And they've dumped them all outside the beds. Great. We'll skip to the next day. Hopefully they remember to put those in the storage in the morning. Right, we're back in April. They're all having something to eat. Lovely. And sticks, they are being gathered. Ish. Okay, they are, right. Okay. We'll keep these fully queued. There's no reason to not be making pelts. We should always be making more pelts. Right. And now we add someone here. And then we just need, let's see, so clothes. We've not got many. In fact, a lot of them are, let's see, okay, we've got 2 in the warehouse, 13 in use. Right. Let's create some of those, and then I guess get some wicker basket backpacks. What is that other thing? What are these? That's a basket. Right, well, wicker basket backpacks is going to take priority. Then we can talk about just regular old baskets. Meanwhile, Gatherer's Hut. Put everyone onto that we can. And we can scout. Let's see. Homeless labourers, living places. Okay, send scouts to explore the world. Click on the corresponding button in the camp window. This will spend a certain amount of food. 10 random food items will be spent instantly. To begin exploring the... send the scout units to various points of interest to find special resources. Learn the world map exploration technology. Send units to loot points of interest to find useful resources, technology knowledge, new seeds to grow, new animals to breed. Each move to a new cell takes a certain number of game minutes. The squad will move faster across plains than across hills, forests and mountains. To deliver all the resources found, they must survive and return. Okay. And produce 20 pelt clothing. It wants us to do now. Right, sod the baskets then. We need more pelt clothing. Right, global map. Let's see, how are they? Looks like it's going to take a while. Yeah, a long while. Is this like the progress bar or something? This beam coming from them, or? On the way, remaining 0.3 days. They'll be there by morning. Or not. Right, we're in May. Right, we've got explore the ancient... Bring a scout to the ancient ruins. Explore the ancient ruins. Take all the resources found into the unit's inventory. Send the unit back to the settlement. Clicking the return button so that scouts return to the settlement and lay out all the items they've found. Right. Where are the ancient ruins? I'm guessing we're going to need to find that out, aren't we? 0.2 days remain. Oh dear, what have we got? Just one thing. My assumption is that it's one big thing then. The global map has something for us. I guess we can't look at it right now because we're in combat. Okay. Battle stations, everyone. We have the high ground this time. Oh, it's just a mammoth. It's a mammoth with rabies. Let's watch for riveting combat. Right, and we're eating mammoth meat. Lovely. Okay. We're here. I guess we'll head this way. Maybe it'll reveal some of the map. That's going to take a full day. Okay. While we wait for that to happen, let's just speed things through here. Right. Not a whole lot happening, I must admit. Someone's been poisoned. Can I pass any new laws yet? So, we've got 400 prosperity. The ability to craft items infinitely has been added. Right click on the recipe. Right, so we want these to constantly dry pelts. They should always be doing this. Just as we want these to constantly dry meat. Forever. Right. Right. Our scouts should be nearing their destination. Right. Now this is saying that there's nothing... Ah! Target resource. What are we low on? Sticks, cobblestones, you know what? We needed wheat and cabbages. Right, and... Okay, we're there. And that's going to take another day. Oh my god. We'll never find the ancient ruins. Okay, what have we got? Right, have we gathered all of the wheat? We've gathered all of the wheat. Cabbages. Gather all of the cabbages. And if we manage it... In fact, let's see. We need 15 cabbages and 15 wheat. And then we can do agriculture. But it looks like we've not got much wild wheat. Two new settlers. 0.2 days left for them to move. Right. They are really going for it at this hunter's hut, aren't they? Right. What's this? A neighbouring settlement. It's friendly, so when you meet its head, it can give you something useful as a gift. Right. That's going to take another day. Over here, herd of wild goats. Animal husbandry would allow us to get the domesticated goats, but we don't have the tech. Right. Oh, they've already got all the cabbages. Wild berries, go. I do kind of wish I could like toggle multiple of these and be like, look, get me set, get wheat, cabbage, berries, apples, and maybe like cobblestone and sticks or something, and just go. It'd be nice if I could choose multiple of them. Right. If it were maybe just a list of them and I could just tick a box next to whether I wanted to harvest them or not. Okay. We're speeding through the days now. We get 2 more settlers. Okay. Still not getting many pelts. Let's put some primitive huts down here. So we can expand a bit more. Right, and... Ah, that's where all our furs have been going, isn't it? They've all been going here. Okay. Felt clothing, 10 in the warehouse, 17 in use. We'll start doing baskets after this. Right. Oh, world map. Explore. Flax. Right, they give us some flax. Carrot glade. We don't have vegetable cultivation, so useless to us. It's going to be another day before I get anywhere. Let's have a look at population statistics then. So we've got total 17, 18 spots for people to live in, 4 hunters, 4 labourers, 1 artisan, and 1 tailor. Okay. Ooh. We can gather this wheat right at the edge here that we can just see. There's cabbage patches over here. Right, but it'll be a while before we get agriculture. Because yeah, it's gonna be wheat's gonna hold us back here. That's gonna be the problem. And it looks like they're done with wild berries. Apples restocked? Yep, we've got apples. Okay. Right. Oh, explore. Hang on. Explore the ancient ruins. Take all the resources. Send the unit back to the settlement. Click on the return button so the scouts return to the settlement and lay out all the items they have found. Interesting. Okay, so we don't need to go back now. We can just head straight over here. That's going to take 2.5 days. Can I, like... No, I can't. Oh, No, I can't queue up actions. There'll be 2.5 days. I think when they get back, we'll call it there. Our first successful scouting expedition. We'll speed things up for now. We seem to be doing rather well. We're at the middle of August here. Things are heating up in a very literal sense. We've got food on the dryers, we've got pelts on the dryers as well, but they never seem to fully fill these. Like, there's a spot here, like, why aren't they being dried? Why aren't there some here? You know, why is the food dryer not fully stocked? Like, it could have more food on here. I think there's definitely some issues with prioritization with this here. Right, they'll gather nuts tomorrow. The hunter's hut is out of game. That's a problem. Right. Let's try a hunter's hut. Maybe further over this way. I mean, I know there's mammoths here we could go for. I'm not sure if we can even cross these rivers at the moment. Like, I'm guessing we probably can, but still. Let's try one over here. We'll put it on high priority. And I also want to gather this wheat. That should give us enough for agriculture. Right. And let's triple speed all of that. And this primitive workshop is lacking components. We are out of cobblestone. Right. Well. Cobblestones. Go. Yeah, there's some bison over here. So we should be able to get something from this hunter's hut. We've currently got a lot of food though. We've got enough for 7 days. Right, this, I guess, I guess we'll start doing maybe bone spears and bone knives. Actually, what about slings and bone spears? Right, let's try that. Right, and we have no sticks at the moment. Right. Yeah, I think it'll be able to find a few sticks. Okay, there's definitely new things to hunt knocking about. Okay. How are we on the world map? They're making their way over. Right. Mammoth has been killed. I think we'll be pretty well stocked this winter. Hunter's hut is being built over here. If we run out of mammoths over here, we can just move them to this hunter hut instead. If we ever need that. These, what are they all missing? They're all missing sticks. So yeah, we're now harvesting sticks though, so we should be getting quite a lot of them. Yeah, we're getting a lot of sticks. Right, enter. Okay, so it's saying we need to bring a scout unit to the ancient ruins, but it also says we've explored and taken everything in the ancient ruins. Maybe it's like confused it with the neighbouring settlement. Don't know, don't care. I'm going to count that as being complete. Our population is 18 at the moment. We're not going to be able to get to 32 quickly. Happiness is 153. Expect 0 to 3 settlers per day. This gatherer's hut as well. I'm gonna say maybe I should put one over here too. And can I get flour? We can. We absolutely can get flour. Agriculture requires clay pots. We're going to need pottery, which requires baskets. 10 of them. So the tailor is going to start doing baskets. 10 baskets. Right. Anyway. I think with our scouts back, and having survived our first winter and now on to our second, that's quite funny. The particle effect for the snow, it looks like it follows the camera, but it stops following the camera when you pause. Right, anyway. Little bug there. But, to be expected. Honestly, for a, like, Next Fest demo type thing here that's made by a single person, this is extremely impressive. They've gone for a really nice kind of, what would you call it? Like this, I like the art style. It's kind of, I'm trying to think of a word for it. I'm thinking like a cozy game. It's like it's not too primitive. It's not like, oh, it's, you know, typical indie low poly. No, it's kind of low key, but it works. You know, it looks quite nice. It helps that, you know, most of the time you're zoomed out here, so you don't really, you know, I'm not looking in and being like, okay, what's the, can I see the individual threads on this bit of cloth or whatever? No, but it looks good, it plays well, it's got a lot of nice little features and that. Honestly, for a city builder, it's very competently put together, and if it were on sale right now, I would probably buy it. That said, I'm not really into city builders myself, but I say that I think the ones I've played are things like Frostpunk and things. I need a certain level of what's it? I need a certain level of impending doom, and that to kind of play. It needs to be a little bit chaotic for me, a city builder, to keep my interest. So I prefer things like Frostpunk myself, as opposed to things like City Skylines, which are more chill. But I like this. I like the idea that, you know, we're learning all this tech and going as far as the Iron Age. If I were gonna say anything in terms of like the game, like stuff that I would improve as like tips here, I would say like this laws thing just seems like quality of life things that should just be kind of in the game by bit, just as standard. Some stuff like extra slots for annual plans makes sense. Okay, can put that here. Looking at stuff like laws, I would probably say look at something like Frostpunk with that, how that did laws and stuff. Of course, that's, you know, like a AAA quality game with a lot of people working on it, and one person, there's only so much they can do. Um, I'm trying to think what I would like replace this with, but I'd say like little bonuses like +1 slot or better speeds and things aren't bad ideas. I I'm trying to think exactly what you could put here, but yeah, maybe this could just be like little bonuses and things, but stuff where it's like quality of life stuff such as labour secession and claim of empty homes feels like this feels like a quality of life feature that's just been torn away from the base game and added here as an unlock because you couldn't think of anything else. That's what it feels like to me. I would put these just in the base game. Things like crafting speed and stuff, it could be something that you put for laws. I would be tempted to do things like certain buildings are unlocked when you go for certain laws, you know. You, maybe you unlock some kind of parliament building if you enact the Republic law as you get to the Bronze Age, for example, or something. You know, or maybe we pass like a militia, like a militiaman law where everyone has to, you know, be ready to fight as militia. And maybe that decreases gathering speed but allows us to build a militia building that when we press the fight button, everyone goes there and gets some basic equipment that better equips them, maybe. Something like, things like that. The annual plans are neat. A little confusing at first. Like, I almost feel like the annual plans and the laws kind of similar in nature. Maybe this feels like the what do you call them on Stellaris and things? I think like edicts or something that you pass that gives like a big temporary bonus. But I can kind of get behind it. But I'd maybe look at these and either maybe roll them into one thing or make them more distinct. But yeah, like maybe, you know, the laws like I should be used to unlock specific buildings and take you down like ideological paths, which I guess ideological paths back in this era would be like, you know, are you going to have like a king, and are you going to have like some kind of religion and temples, or are you going to pass laws for becoming a republic like Rome instead, or something like that? That's mostly what. Other than that, I would just say probably better combat animations. I'd like hold people back rather than just smushing them into the mammoths and having them all just stack on top of each other playing attack animations. Maybe like position them around the animals and hostiles and that, and have them like throwing spears or something as an animation, or like stabbing them with the spear so they kind of like surround them and they're not all just like stood on top of each other playing the same animations. So just making it look a bit more polished there, but they're the only things that I can really pick out at it. Again, it's nice little cozy art style. Everything seems to work. It's got all the things that you would want of a sort of like city builder, colony management thing. I can easily allocate tasks, set priorities, and that. And one thing I do hate with a lot of these games, and it's honestly the one thing that really puts me off games like RimWorld, is that it's way too micromanagey. I actually kind of like that I can just kind of select things and whoosh, just, you know, well bam, harvest everything here and harvest everything over there and cancel that order, and it's not too micromanagey. I actually appreciate that. Right. But yeah, this is, I think it was Humanica, we can find out. Let's call it YT campaign there, boom. Main menu, I think it was Humanica, I think I'm remembering that correctly, I am. Right, but of course you can find it on Steam, add it to your wishlist, they've got a Discord channel there. All the usual places where you'd expect to find it, you can do. And the demo is available for you to try yourself. Again, this is part of my coverage of the Steam Next Fest for February 2026. Thank you very much for watching. More games to come, more videos on the channel covering them, and I will see you then.